What I want to do over the next 20 minutes is take you on a little bit of a tour of some of the new functionality that we've released to the ABCommerce platform in the last 12 months. Also just to say that we share emails regularly with our retailer base when we release new functionality to the platform. If you're new to Magico or if you're new to the e-commerce team within your retailer group and you're receiving these emails, just pop us an email at helpdesk.com or give us a shout here today and we'll make sure that you're on that email list because it's good to keep abreast of all those changes. And if there's anything that I talk about here today, I'm going to fly through it. It can be a little bit boring, not everything is relevant to everybody. If there's anything you'd like to talk about a little bit more, feel free to give us a shout and we can schedule a call next week to kind of go through it in more detail. Okay. So I'm going to start with some of the admin upgrades. So for those of you day-to-day on the website, some elements that might help your day-to-day activities. So we've now made it easier for you to troubleshoot systems integration and stock level queries. So we've upgraded the information that appears in the blue box here that appears at the very top of your product detail page. So when you're logged in as an administrator, you see this box at the very top of the product detail page, and this wasn't reflecting real-time stock integration up until recently. So I'm not sure if you can see it there on the screen, but you can see that it's telling me for this product the stock count is currently 10, which is good to be able to navigate around your site and be able to see that from the front end of the site. That it was last updated today at 12 minutes past 8. So if you're seeing that that hasn't been updated in 4 days, you're going, why hasn't it? You know, so it can kind of trigger little issues that might be there in terms of your files coming over. You can see the item was created on the 23rd of February and was last manually updated 6 days ago. So that means it came over in your systems integration, but somebody would have updated it in terms of the product description or the image. And you can see when it was actually created in the systems integration. The other piece of functionality that we have there as well is just to give you a little bit more visibility when you're on a product detail page and you see a promotion on a product, information as to which promotion that product is assigned to. So if you look at the last bullet point there in the screen in front of you, it's telling us that that product is assigned to the promotion Black Friday Big Savings. And if I actually click here to view the promotion hierarchy, it actually shows me all of the different promotion groups that it worked down through and which one it actually matched with. So if you're seeing an issue there, you can resolve it, but it's just a little bit more visibility for those of you who are managing the day-to-day activities. The next one is around completing an order from the dashboard. So from time to time, you might see an incomplete payment error appear on your dashboard. Why does this happen? Well, I suppose sometimes since implementing 3D Secure 2, since that has come in, there has been a break sometimes in communication coming from your online payment gateway when it comes back to ABCommerce. The payment has actually been taken into your payment gateway, but it's just a break in that communication when it comes back. And it means that the order actually sits as a status of order pending. It doesn't move to a status of new order, which allows it to move through the order flow. In the past, there was no way of moving an order pending to a new order, so we now have the capability to change it to a new order option for some of the online payment gateways. I suppose it's important to say there, don't ever take that action without first making sure that the payment has been taken and that you've validated that and actually looked into it and the correct amount has been paid. For those of whom it's relevant, we have facilitated functionality for the deposit return scheme. You're all seeing lots of that in the media at the moment. So we have now captured the ability, or provided for the ability to capture your deposit price and also your deposit quantity. So if you're selling 6 cans, that you're accommodating that there as well. And you'll see how that's facilitating the display of your deposit on your view basket page as well, in line with the regulations. So I hope you're all saving your bottles and you bring them all back and you all get money. Okay, going away from maybe some of the administrational changes, we have a body of changes here that is supporting conversion and upselling. And one of the areas is promotions. So we listened to your feedback and we made a release to our promotions module in Q3 last year and made a number of different changes to that. The first was around your trigger group. So when I say a trigger group, this is your buy one item and get a percentage off a second item type promotions. Probably particularly relevant maybe to our pharmacy vertical. Until now, you could only set up a trigger group on a product group. Now you can set up a trigger group on a category, on a brand, on a filter and product group as well, and on specific product codes. Just expanding the capability there, and that'll make things a lot easier for you. Another piece of functionality there is your bonus percentage off. So the example here is that it's a sale category, and you're doing an additional 10% off all sale products for this weekend only. So you can now add that second bonus promotion. There's lots of supporting documentation around this on our support.abcommerce.com site. The sort order of your promotions is important for this one when you're actually setting it up. So do have a look at it, but it's a great way to drive conversions, and customers obviously really feel that they're getting a deal. So you can have a look at that. Another piece of promotional functionality is around your free gift promotion. So two elements here. You can add an inventory product as a free gift. So that's a product that's already available for sale in your catalogue. You can declare your product code here on the ABCommerce screen when you're setting it up. It'll manage the stock control of that product. It'll make sure that when you add the promotion to your basket, that the free gift also appears as a line item, and it's much easier then for your team that are picking and packing your orders. There's much greater visibility than there would have been in the past. There's also the capability then, if it's a free gift promotion and it's not an inventory item, you can set up that product on the catalogue, make it inactive so that it doesn't actually display to your customers, but again, it'll give you the capability to manage stock for it. It'll appear as a line item for consumers, so there's visibility of it, and also it'll appear for your pick and pack team, that they'll remember to put it into the basket. Again, lots of supporting documentation around that on support.abcommerce.com. The next one is around your add-on products, and again, we've mentioned Pets.ie a couple of times here today actually. They're doing a lot of things right. So an ABCommerce retailer, and they're using the add-on products. So when I say the add-on products, these are the 3 text links appearing above your add to basket. They're selling a kennel for $89.99, but there's 3 options for the door flap, the wire flap, and also the non-slip bedding. Great way to drive your average order value, which we were talking about here this morning. And we can now declare version codes in this location as well. That was a request that was coming from a lot of you. So that capability is there as well. Scheduling widgets. So you're all aware that you can set up a promotion and schedule the promotion to appear on the site from and until a specific date. One of the things we didn't have was the ability to schedule widgets and your banner graphics on the homepage or your category landing page around those promotions. So that capability is now there as well. And it just means that the operations team don't need to be logging in at 11 p.m. on Christmas night to activate promotions anymore. Okay, the next one is bundling, a great way as well to drive your average order value. The concept here is that you can bundle a number of different products together, declare a price point for them, but we also needed the ability to handle the SKUs for that product and handle stock control for each of those individual SKUs. So you can see how this is set up on one of our retailer sites here, looking at the product detail page, see how the add to basket has changed to create my bundle button. In this case, it's 2 Snickers hoodies and a Snickers t-shirt for our price point of $158, discounted from $179.50. When I click create my bundle, it brings me to this screen. This is item 1. I can see all the options. I can see my versions as well, and I'm going to pick the large in the grey. I select that. You can see the large in the grey has actually gone down into the thumbnail at the bottom of the page. I'm now on item 2. I'm going to select the large in the khaki. And you can see that has popped down into the thumbnail at the very bottom. And now I'm going to select the large t-shirt. That has popped down into the bottom, and I can add my entire bundle to basket. So yeah, great opportunity to kind of drive your order value. And we've a lot of retailers, particularly in the hardware, and I suppose Snickers are a brand that drive a lot of that bundle capability. Automated gift vouchers. So up until now, on ABCommerce, if a customer purchased a gift voucher, you as a retailer had to go manually create that gift voucher code and then email it out to the customer. So what we've done here is automated the whole flow from the customer purchasing the gift voucher, the creation of the code, and also the communication of that to the customer. So you can actually see here on the screen in the back end, there's just a checkbox at a product level where you can tick a box to say, is gift voucher. When you do that, it displays all of those fields automatically on the product detail page. So you can capture the recipient's name, the recipient email, the from name, personal message, and there's also preferred dates there as well. In the back end of the site then, we can automatically send the gift voucher to the customer, or you might want to manually trigger that as well. So lots of capability there. If you want to enable this, just contact helpdesk@magico.com. We might need to change some of your rights to facilitate it, but it just it helps with the issuing of those, particularly around peak time, particularly around Christmas, for those last minute gift ideas. Okay, so the upselling and cross-selling, as we've spoken about, has come up a lot here today. So two of the partners that we have on the platform for that, Segmentify and Shopbox AI. For those of you using the integration with Segmentify, we've released a number of updates to the feed that we send to Segmentify in the last couple of months. We are including things like your categorization information, which is empowering the recommendation engine, version attributes, and handling around your ex-VAT and inclusive of VAT pricing. Delighted to share then in terms of Shopbox AI that we have facilitated an initial integration with Shopbox AI. Some great feedback from your talk there earlier, Alan, over lunch. So lots of positive feedback. I think there's great opportunities there, and we have plans to further develop that integration later on this year. Acquisition, tracking, and social integrations. Paul, you spoke about it earlier. Lots going on there in terms of GA4, add to basket events, removing from basket events for GA4, checkout tracking. We've provided for the compliance with Google's EU user consent policy. We've implemented lots in terms of social integrations with TikTok analytics, Facebook analytics, and the Meta background server-to-server integration. So there's lots happening there. I think it was you, Paul, that said, was there 300 different upgrades that Google, changed last year. So it's always busy, and we always have to keep abreast of those changes. And we've got a great partner with Paul, always guiding us in terms of that and the priority integrations that we need to be looking at. So consider that an ongoing rollout that we're always looking at and always enhancing and always making better. In terms of conversion and upselling promotions, again, or upselling, we have incorporated express checkout onto the platform now. And we're ready to roll out a pilot of that with retailers. It'll be with Stripe and AutoPay, online payment gateways initially. So if there's any of you who are interested in being part of the pilot, do let us know. You can see here how the Google Pay and the Apple Pay actually appear on desktop and on mobile on the View Basket page. So I'm keen to get that working. So yeah, if you'd like to be part of that, do let us know. And then in terms of upgrades around retention strategies, we've facilitated a lot of upgrades to Klaviyo this year, constantly evolving that. Another great presentation then from Jack earlier on today. I've lost track, but I think we've about 6 to 8, maybe even more retailers using Klaviyo now. It's definitely one of the most powerful tools in your armory in terms of customer retention. But as with all of these third-party integrations, it's only as good as your engagement with it as well. And we do encourage anyone who has implemented Klaviyo to really get stuck into it and stretch the legs of it, because it is such a powerful tool and it really will reap the rewards for you if you engage it. Yeah. And finally, just in terms of Yotpo, again, another very powerful retention tool. We would have spoken about it here last year. I suppose it allows customers to earn points, not just against purchases, but also for reviews, user-generated content, referrals. We've a number of retailers now who started to engage with it and integrate it onto their site. And a great way to kind of ensuring that a customer is really part of your online community and thinking about loyalty in a much broader sense than just a points, redeeming points. So we've facilitated additional integrations there around Yotpo this year as well. Okay, what is next? So subscriptions. We have a pilot planned for Q2 for subscriptions. Couple of different angles on subscriptions. I suppose you can have a gift subscription where I as a consumer want to buy a gift for Vincent. I'm going to pay for it up front, but maybe it's a repeat shipment over 3 months to Vincent. Or I might purchase something for myself. It's going to be a recurring payment on a monthly basis. Maybe it's a skincare product and it's a recurring shipment as well. So we're rolling out an initial pilot of that. Again, if there's any retailers who are interested in joining that pilot, it looks like we'll probably roll that out with the Stripe online payment gateway. So again, if you're interested in that, do let us know. Lots of plans around further improvements to our admin and also the categorization, because categories can become very unwieldy, and we spoke about the impact on that on your conversion. So maybe putting a little bit more structure around that for retailers. Again, there's lots more feedback coming back on promotions, so we'll continue to enhance that again. Further enhancements, as I said, around the Google integration, that's not going to stop anytime soon. And as mentioned earlier, I suppose all of that is in the context of our services and our customer success team as well, happy to engage with you and really help you. The functionality is one thing, but actually making sure that it's working for you. So engage us and we can help with a lot of the services that we spoke about earlier. The final thing then is, sorry, I was talking. The final thing then is analytics and AI. So analytics, as we said, it's very much a focus for us in the year ahead. And I think I'm going to actually pass over to Paul Montwell now, who'll talk to you about his plans and his vision for how that should be developed.